8 bathroom habits that secretly make women smell worse. Have you ever had that sudden jolt of panic? You're sitting in the car, leaning in close to whisper to a friend or bending down to hug a grandchild, when a faint, unfamiliar smell drifts up and, for just a split second, you wonder, "Oh no, is that me?" Your heart skips. Your cheeks flush with heat. You shift uncomfortably, almost pulling back without realizing it. Suddenly, you're hyper-aware of your body in a way that feels almost unbearable. You replay your morning. I showered. I used soap. I put on fresh clothes. I even spritzed a little perfume. You've done everything right. So why does doubt still creep in? And here's the secret most women never say out loud. It's not always about cleanliness. Sometimes, it's not about sweat or skipping a shower. Sometimes, it's about age, or more precisely, the way our bodies change as we age. That quiet, unsettling thought, "Am I starting to smell older?" is something so many women carry but almost never talk about. And if that's you, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not dirty. You are not failing at hygiene. You are not less than. What you're experiencing is something far more common and far more human than anyone ever admits. In fact, here's the surprising twist. Sometimes the very routines we believe are keeping us clean, the bathroom rituals we've practiced for decades without question, are the ones that are secretly working against us. The innocent habits that seem harmless, even helpful, may actually be the culprits that make odor worse. That's why today, we're going to uncover the truth together. We'll explore 8 surprising bathroom habits that can betray you. Habits that can leave you feeling self-conscious, even when you're trying your best. And more importantly, I'll show you the small, practical, powerful fixes that can completely transform how you smell and how you feel in your own skin. Because let's be honest, this isn't just about odor. This is about confidence. This is about walking into a room, hugging someone you love, or sitting next to a friend without that gnawing voice of doubt in the back of your mind. This is about reclaiming a sense of freshness, dignity, and ease that you deserve at every stage of life. So, take a deep breath. Let go of the shame. What you're about to discover may not only change how you smell, it may just change how you carry yourself in the world. Part 1. The soap trap. When I was younger, I believed that freshness came in a bottle. You know the ones. Rows of pastel-colored body washes lined up on the drugstore shelf promising spring rain, soft petals, or pure bliss. The commercials always showed women twirling in white dresses or running through wildflower fields, as if the right soap could wash away not just dirt, but insecurity itself. I bought into that dream wholeheartedly. I thought if I could just scrub hard enough, lather long enough, and smell sweet enough, I would somehow be more lovable, more acceptable, more worthy of closeness. My shower became less about cleansing and more about combat. I treated my body like an enemy that had to be conquered. I scrubbed every inch, especially down there, almost with a kind of desperation, as though bubbles and floral scents could erase shame. The stronger the soap, the better I felt, or at least, the better I thought I felt. But here's the revelation I wish someone had whispered to me much earlier. Your body already knows how to keep itself clean. I'll never forget the moment my gynecologist explained it. She looked me straight in the eye and said, "Your intimate areas are like a finely tuned orchestra. Every part has a role. The good bacteria, the natural acidity, the gentle rhythm of self-cleaning. When it's left alone, the music is beautiful, balanced, effortless." That hit me hard, because what had I been doing all those years? Crashing into that orchestra with drums and cymbals, drowning out its quiet harmony with my harsh soaps and floral sprays. And instead of making me fresher, I had been making myself worse. The irony is painful but true. All that scrubbing, all that lathering, All those so-called feminine hygiene products didn't make me cleaner. They stripped away the very balance that was protecting me. They invited odor, irritation, and infection. Not because I was unclean, but because I had interfered with a system that was already wise enough to care for itself. Here's the truth I live by now. Warm. Water is usually enough. That's it. If I crave a cleanser, I choose one that's gentle, pH balanced, fragrance-free, and I use it only on the outside. Never inside. And maybe most importantly, I changed how I see myself. I no longer treat my body like a problem to fix. I treat her like a wise old friend, one who has been with me through every season of life, one who knows what she's doing if only I'll trust her. Because the truth is, freshness doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from respect. It comes from listening. And it comes from finally letting your body do the job it's been doing all along. Part 2. The towel trouble. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you washed your bath towel? Be honest. Did you have to stop and think about it? I'll admit it. For years, I never gave towels much thought. My logic was simple. I'm clean when I step out of the shower, so the towel must stay clean too, right? It seemed so harmless. I'd hang the same towel for a week, sometimes longer, thinking I was being efficient, even environmentally responsible. But then something started happening. After a shower, I'd notice a faint, musty smell clinging to my skin. I'd wonder, did I not rinse well enough? Did I miss a spot? No matter how much soap I used, that smell seemed to follow me. And then it hit me. It wasn't me. It was my towel. Here's the unglamorous truth. Towels are sneaky. They look harmless, hanging innocently on the rack. But the moment you press that damp fabric against your skin, you're creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. Think about it. Every drop of water that clings to those fibers, every trace of skin cell left behind, every humid breath of air in a steamy bathroom, it all adds up. It's like leaving a sponge in a dark, wet corner. Sooner or later, it starts to smell. And that smell, it doesn't just stay in the towel. It transfers back onto your freshly cleaned body, which means you walk out of the shower thinking you've done everything right. But you're actually carrying the invisible signature of a week-old towel. I'll never forget the day I realized this. I buried my face in my towel after a shower and was hit with that sour, mildewy scent. For the first time, I asked myself, why am I putting this on my clean skin? It was like cooking a beautiful meal and then serving it on a dirty plate. Dermatologists recommend washing towels every 3 to 4 uses. Not once a week, not whenever you remember, but consistently. And if you live in a humid climate or your bathroom doesn't have good airflow, sometimes even more often. Because in those conditions, towels don't just dry, they ferment. Here's the small but powerful fix that changed everything for me. I started rotating towels. I keep 3 on hand. 1 I'm using, 1 drying completely after being washed, and 1 fresh and ready to go. That way, I'm never stuck with a damp, bacteria-laden towel. And here's another trick. Let your towel breathe. Spread it wide on a rack, not bunched up on a hook. If your bathroom is always steamy, a small dehumidifier can be a game changer. It's like giving your towels and your skin a chance to truly refresh. Since making this shift, I've noticed something subtle but powerful. My skin feels cleaner, lighter, even more comfortable. That lingering musty scent? Gone. And it's not just about hygiene, it's about dignity. About knowing that when I walk out of the shower, I'm carrying freshness, not yesterday's bacteria. Sometimes the smallest changes, like how often you wash a towel, can have the biggest impact. It's not glamorous. You won't see it in a commercial. But your body knows. And once you experience the difference, you'll never go back. Part 3. Forgotten feet. Can we talk about feet for a second? I know, not the sexiest topic. But let's be real. Your feet carry you through every chapter of your life, yet they're often the most neglected for years. I gave my feet nothing, more than a passing rinse in the shower. I thought the water trickling down was good enough. Then one day, I caught a sour smell coming from my shoes and felt a wave of shame. The truth. As we age, our skin sheds more slowly. Dead cells build up on the heels, between the toes, creating a buffet for bacteria. Combine that with 250,000 sweat glands in each foot, and you've got a recipe for embarrassment. Now, I take 1 mindful minute in every shower to actually care for my feet. I scrub gently with a washcloth, exfoliate weekly, and the real secret, I dry them thoroughly, especially between the toes. Sometimes I sprinkle a little antifungal powder in my shoes, especially in summer. Taking care of your feet isn't vanity, it's gratitude. It's saying thank you to the part of you that has carried your whole life's weight. Part 4, the invisible cloud. Here's one that makes people laugh until they see the science. When you flush with the lid up, you're launching a microscopic fountain called a toilet plume. Tiny droplets, sometimes carrying bacteria or viruses, can shoot up to 6 feet and float in the air for hours. Now picture this: your toothbrush, your makeup brushes, even your face towels, all quietly collecting what you can't see. It's like inviting strangers to a dinner party and letting them lick your silverware. I'll never forget when I first learned this. I felt sick imagining all the times I'd set my toothbrush on the counter right next to the toilet. But the solution is almost laughably simple. Close the lid before flushing. That's it. 1 second of mindfulness, and your bathroom suddenly feels fresher, cleaner, safer. It's not just about germs. It's about reclaiming your bathroom as a sanctuary, not a silent battlefield. Part 5. Perfume cover-ups. Many of us reach for perfumes, body sprays, or even scented bathroom hacks when we feel insecure about odor. I used to drown myself in lavender mist whenever I felt unsure, thinking I could mask whatever my body was doing. But perfume is like spraying air freshener in a messy room. For a moment, it's pleasant, but underneath, nothing has really changed. And often, the mix of artificial fragrance with natural body odors creates a stranger, heavier smell. True freshness comes from the source. Clean fabrics, breathable underwear, a body in balance. Once you address those, fragrance can be an accent, not a cover dash. Part 6. The pajama problem. Here's a sneaky one. Not changing your pajamas often enough. Think about it. You sweat at night, you shed skin cells, you sometimes even drool. And yet, many of us wear the same set of pajamas for days. Those fabrics hug your body for 6-8 hours straight, and then we wonder why our skin feels clammy. Or why there's a faint off smell in the morning. Switching pajamas every 2-3 nights is like giving yourself a reset button. It's a small act of respect for your body's nightly work. Part 7. The forgotten trash can. Have you ever walked into your bathroom and caught a strange, sour odor, even though everything looked spotless? Sometimes, the culprit is the smallest, most overlooked thing. The trash can. Tissues, cotton pads, feminine products, even if they're wrapped, slowly release odors that mingle into the air. We don't always notice it day to day, but others do. Emptying the trash frequently, or using a small bin with a lid, keeps your bathroom from becoming a subtle source of embarrassment. Part 8. Ignoring what your body is telling you. This final habit isn't about towels or toilets. It's about listening. Sometimes odor isn't about hygiene at all. It's your body waving a red flag. Persistent changes in smell can signal infections, imbalances, even health conditions that deserve attention. I know how tempting it is to just scrub harder, spray more, cover it up. But your body isn't trying to shame you. It's asking you to listen. The bravest, most loving thing you can do is pay attention. Seek guidance. Ask your doctor. Because smelling good isn't just about confidence. It's about health. Closing reflection. So here's the truth, friend. Smelling fresh has very little to do with drowning yourself in soaps and sprays, and everything to do with simple, gentle habits that honor your body's wisdom. Fresh towels, clean feet, a closed toilet lid, listening instead of scrubbing. When you shift from fighting your body to trusting it, something amazing happens. The fear, do I smell, fades into peace. You walk into rooms taller, you hug people longer. You stop worrying about shrinking and start focusing on shining. And that, to me, is what real freshness is. The freedom to be close, to be confident, to be fully yourself. So take these lessons, try them this week, and watch what changes. Because you deserve to feel not just clean, but free.